This is the 35th year of the Utah Arts Festival.
It's the 35th anniversary.
I really enjoyed it.
I'm very happy to be here.
It's the Utah Arts Festival in the sense that it takes place in Utah, and we highlight and showcase Utah artists, but we also want to be able to present contemporary artists from throughout the country so that people that live in Utah can have an opportunity to see art and artists from around the country.
It's this wonderful cultural mecca that happens each year, and that's something that we're interested in collecting.
I've been with the festival for 15 years, and when we moved from one office to another office and we moved all of our files and all of our history and all of that, I was starting to feel like, okay, there's a massive information and history here. What are we going to do with it? And I ran into Erica at a conference and we started to talk, and I said, would anybody ever want this, or what do we do with this? And she said the Marriott Library would be very interested in it as part of their collection.
You know, from the perspective of fine arts inside the library, it's just such a nice opportunity for us. Our goals in reaching the arts community and being able to apply a little bit of history.
You had been our first person in there saying, hey, by the way, we have an archives, we house that stuff. We will take care of that stuff. And we had that meeting with you and Roy and Greg, and it was just a great experience. She seemed excited when we told her what we could offer her as an archives, as a place to reposit her materials.
And a common problem you run into in archives is people have possession of things, but they don't have access.
All of these boxes full of amazing treasures, and parts of it were distributed to the appropriate divisions within special collections.
Once that's all done, then you start writing a finding aid, which is a written inventory of what's in the collection. That's then translates into an online presence. It's uploaded to the library's website, and it's searchable anywhere in the world.
Well, and we can serve as an expert in those areas for these arts organizations.
So the advantage for us is that we're able to add to our holdings in Utah art history. The advantage for them is now they have access to their collection.
This year we did, because it's our 35th anniversary, the Marriott Library culled out some images and memorabilia from the last 34 years.
The Arts Festival is something that everybody experiences differently. And so our mission was to invoke and to remind people of their experiences.
Exhibition of materials from our Special Collections Department is we put it out there for the community to help us enhance the description and the knowledge.
And as people come to the Arts Festival, we ask them to look at it, and if they recognize something or they remember an event or they have a memory to share, we provide a way for them to record that.
Can't imagine anybody who's ever interacted with the festival ever to not find at least one photograph in this exhibit that doesn't bring back a memory.
Just the other day when I went down to visit the exhibit, the guest book was open and I was reading the comments, and comment after comment was, you know, thanks for taking me down memory lane. And so people really appreciated the effort.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing the photos from the previous festivals, and it's just so awesome to see how big of a variety they have and how much energy goes into each section of it.
We know from being in the library that when someone wants to come look for pictures of, you know, Mr. Jones or whoever it is, I mean, if we already have that description on hand, it really enhances the research process.
This specific history of the festival and our collaboration with the Marriott, I'm just hoping that we can just, you know, we'll just continue to look and see how we can grow the archive, grow the process.
An organization like the Utah Arts Festival has done a really great job of having welcomed video artists and outside photographers to document that stuff with the understanding that those videographers or those artists are going to provide access to those items. But the challenge becomes when you move from an old analog format like photographs to a digital format.
That kind of worries me a little bit, like with all of our digital media. How does that get archived and how do people access it, and the immediacy of everything that gets put out digitally.
When you take digital photographs, it can just sit on a computer which could disappear in a second, and transporting those images, those files from one format to the next as technology changes.
Everything we do is according to all the standard best practices for archival organizations. All through Special Collections, there's hundreds of years of experience in archival experience.
Well, this is the only collaboration that we have with with the festival's archive and our history and things like that with the library.
And in having an initial experience like that, it not only gives us the knowledge of how to do this again, what we can offer an organization. I think that we'll be able to speak more toward the process, and that we would be able to have a even more successful collaboration with other arts organizations or individuals in the future, which I'm really looking forward to.